Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing today? Someone let me know if they can hear me. If anyone can hear me, let me know. I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I am trying to do something. I'm still trying to learn out how to make this um, live stream work in my favor as far as keeping up with the chat. So that's what I'm trying to do. So, how are you all doing today? Okay. Welcome, Drina Haven 916. How are you doing today? And I needed to thank someone who came in the other day and left a message, and that I responded to the message, but it disappeared. So, Rusty, bent but not broken. Thank you so much for all your support. I know you couldn't make it today, but I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And how are you doing today, Miss Drina? I appreciate you coming. And we have Urban Garden Chronicles here today. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. And we have Willie Sir James. Thank you for coming as well. Let's see who else we have here today. Happy Labor Day Zucchini Boat. Thank you for coming as well. And we have Vision Preparedness. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. And who else do we have here? Sorry about that. Crafty Leo. How you doing? Thank you for coming. And we have Brutal Bob here. Hey, Brutal Bob. Thank you for coming as well. And Eric Hale. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to my live today. Devil Dog. Hey, Devil Dog. How you doing? I just noticed you had a live, but I was trying to prepare, so I didn't get to jump in and say hello to you today. And we have, let's see, Four Corners. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming today. We have Food Forest Permaculture. Thank you for coming and welcome to my live. Yeah, smash that like button. Thank you so much, Vision Preparedness. Hey there, RAR Vlogs. Thank you for coming. And we got Hobby Hobbit. Thank you for coming. And Forever Tripping. Hey there, how you doing? Let's see who else we have here today. We got Panchuco here. Thank you. We got Drunken Chef in the house today. How you doing? We have GWT 181. Thank you for coming as well. Everyone is speaking. Hey, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. How you doing? I appreciate you coming today. We have Jamie's Country Living Homes. Jamie's Country Living Homestead. How you doing? And we got Deacon Prepper here in the house today. How you doing? We have Corner Clubhouse, Cobalt 66. Welcome and thank you for being here. And everyone, please type triple threat in the comment section and your link will be dropped so everyone can connect with each other. I appreciate that. So just type triple threat and your link will be dropped by Nightbot, a system that does all that for us. And I know I have a few moderators in here tonight to monitor the chat for me. Thank you all moderators: Drunken Chef Barbecue, Vision Preparedness, Urban Garden Chronicles, Devil Dog, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. If anyone have any questions, these moderators will catch that question. And also, if you can put your question in maybe a fireball, or put like a red question mark in the beginning and ending of your question that you may have. Thank you so much, Drunken Chef. I appreciate that. Just want to make sure I have spoken to everyone that has just come in before I get started, because I'm trying to keep up with this chat this time around. And today's topic is about situational awareness. Situational awareness is very important. If you have and practice situational awareness, you have a higher chance of survival. Hey, Martin SUK, thank you for coming. Multitasking and failing. Who, me? Hey, can't stop walking but love mowing. How you doing today? Yes, everyone. I hope y'all don't hear that noise in my background. But oh, you. All right. But everyone, I appreciate you coming. Hey, Sheena's Keto Board Life. How you doing? So today is about situational awareness and self-defense. And also, if anyone wants to come up on the panel, you can, and discuss situational awareness. So I need to pin this to the top for you all. Just give me a second. I will do that. Yeah, it's going to take me a second. I'm still trying to learn this. Hey, Retro Arcade Music Man. Thank you for coming today. I appreciate you. Situational awareness, you all. Situational awareness is so important. How many of you all agree that situational awareness is very important to survival? Let me know in the chat what you think about situational awareness. Deacon Prepper, are you serious? You're not aware of much, can't see, can't hear, don't care. Okay, Drina, I appreciate you. Vision Preparedness said yes. Jamie's Country Living Homestead says yes. Eric Hale said yes. And Vision Preparedness said head is on the swivel. Yeah, so situational awareness can save your life. And that's what everyone needs to understand, is that having situational awareness. Hey, Barb's Country Home, how you doing? I haven't forgotten about you. Let's see. We got RG Arizona Homestead here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. But having situational awareness, like I was saying, could actually save your life. And we have, let's see, RG Arizona Homestead. And we have Brutal Bob said, extremely important if you wish to survive in what this world is coming to. Exactly. Exactly, Brutal Bob. Situational awareness is so important, because without situational awareness, everyone will become a victim if you do not have situational awareness. You said, yep, serious, getting old sucks. Well, I sure hate that. Are you able to have any form of self-defense? Vision Preparedness said, I never sit with my back to any door when I'm out. That's one of the things that I want to talk about when it comes to situational awareness, is what level are you on? Because there are situational awareness levels, and I go by the Cooper's color code for preparedness when it comes to self-defense. And I wanted to find out, what color are you operating in on a daily basis? And Eric Hale said to Vision Preparedness, you never ever thought of that. Right. A lot of people have not. They really have not thought about having never sit with their back to any door. And RG Arizona Homestead, in my neck of the woods here in North Arizona, you miss something, it will be your last miss, as you will be dead. Absolutely. That's how it is in some areas. Most definitely. Thank you, Miss Barb. Barb said, is situational awareness is a great topic. Yes, ma'am. Hi, Cena Renee's apartment. How you doing? Anyone new coming in, please type triple threat in the chat so your link can be dropped. Hello, what the flock? How you doing? And like Miss Susan at Hillbilly Country Red said, that just tickles her to death, saying what the flock. We have Crossover Paranormal Society here. Thank you for coming. And Mr. Bullshitter, thank you for coming as well. Deacon Prepper said, oh yeah, my 280-pound Mastiffs are my defense. Okay, awesome. You have something that can protect you, which is so important. And Brutal Bob said, I'm on yellow all the time. Yes. Okay, we're going to go over the different colors. If you are on white, you are prone to being a victim. Those who are on white are constantly on their cell phones. They're walking with their head down, not focused, not observant of their surroundings. And I would say 80 to 85% of the society does this. They walk around in the color codeness of one, with their head in their phones. And Drunken Chef said, "Yep, that's me right there, back to wall, facing the door, and checking where all exits are in restaurants or stores." Absolutely. Hey, Cartoon Universe, how you doing? And let's see. Yes, indeed, Brutal Bob. Thank you, Drina. You did not know what situational awareness is? Yeah, situational awareness is knowing what goes on around you at all times. Be observant. I'm a very observant person. Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live today. Yes, knowing what goes on around you in any in all surroundings, you even at your home, in your neighborhood, when you go to the store, when you vacation, know what goes around, what is going on around you. So, like I was saying, a lot of people are in um, the white stage where they're walking around with their cell phones in their face. I'm going to add a few people to the panel real quick. How you all doing? We have Cartoon Universe and Gary with Belt Loop 29.
Good to see you.
Good to see
Yeah,
you all.
good to see ya.
So,
Much love for you, Tarsha, you and your channel. We were over in Eddie's live, but we had to come over and say hey and
Yeah.
come
appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
show some love.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Hey, Barb.
We have Black Love 17. Thank you for coming in. And Chillin' Indiana Carl. Thank you. We have Rainbow Rambo Green Hands. Thank you for coming here today.
Chilling Indiana, Carl.
So,
Uh,
everyone, please type triple threat so each person in here can connect with you all because everyone here does have great content.
Sheena and Vision Preparedness. You've got some awesome people in here.
Yeah. Hey, Sheena.
Hey Scott, how you doing? And that girl's Jackie Vlogs. Thank you for coming. And we
Hey,
have Storms
Hey,
Radio
Jackie.
and Cat. Welcome to my channel.
how you been doing, Tarsha?
I've been doing good. I've
What
been
you been up to? Uh,
um growing, my garden, taking care of my garden. And
well, I'm happy that your garden's still alive. Most everything I got's dead except for the peppers.
um is
We
that
went through.
I went through my spring and summer garden and I'm working on my fall, which is actually growing, so I'm happy about that. Yeah.
Well, Tammy thought I was watering them. I thought she was watering them. They died.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny, but it's sad at the same time.
Yeah. I know what happens when you don't water because me and the kids traveled during the summertime and we missed out on a lot.
Oh,
So,
I did harvest some peppers last night. Some
mhm,
Carolina Reapers, some Ghost peppers, and some habaneros. I'm,
mhm.
I'm gonna be sending some of them to Eddie. He's always talking about how he likes the hot stuff, and we're gonna see, how hot he likes it. We're gonna.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know if Eddie likes hot stuff or not, but
He says he does. He has eaten some peppers between 30 and 50,000 scovilles, and he seems to handle them pretty well. But I don't know if he's, capable of handling those super hots. What's going on, Brutal Bob? I,
um,
I didn't mean to distract him.
um, I'm gonna go over. This says, hold on one second, Al. Hold on one second. Drina says she is a convicted felon, therefore I have weapons for protection, but not purchased a firearm that shoots real. Drina, you need to check into getting your rights restored. Get with your uh, probate court and see what you can do if you qualify to having your record expunged and be able to put in an application to restore your rights. So please check into that. That's very important. And that's something that a lot of people do not know, that they do have the capability of getting their um, rights restored.
You know, I would think if it wasn't a violent crime, I would think it wouldn't be that big a deal.
Hmm.
You know, I'm just thinking out loud.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, any one of you all, hey,
Hi.
now have any? Is someone's YouTube is on? Anyone has any information on their situation awareness?
Yeah, it's not mine.
Thank you so much, Black Love 17. I appreciate that so much. But we was talking about the color codes of situational awareness. Let me say, hey, Carbon Q, how you doing? So anyone on the hey, Chuck with Life with Linda and Chuck, how you all doing? Any one of you all on the panel have any information on situational awareness that you want to share? Hey, Nicole Chafe, how you doing today?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Good. How are you?
She's here with me. That's my
Oh,
wife.
I was like, I hear a voice.
Yeah.
Hey, growing out the box, how you doing? Thank you for coming. But anyone have any thing they want to say in regards to situational awareness before I go down this list of the different colors? Because, like I was saying, white is being in that relaxed state and unaware and unprepared. So you're walking around with your face in your cell phone. You're not paying attention to what's going on. And I see a lot of people, and especially um, younger ones, who are oblivious to what's going on in the world or their surroundings. Hey, Our Treasure Home. And see, Nancy at Our Treasure Home is a
Uh,
certified situational awareness counselor.
Wow.
Well, when I'm out going around, it might not always look like I know what's going on around me. But one thing I do is try to keep an eye all the time. Even though it might not look like it, I do have an idea of what's going on around me before I get anywhere.
I know that when I stop going to work, you know, to get gas or whatever, I guess I pay a lot more attention, just because of the fact it seems like there's an awful lot of folks that if you wear a badge, there are people that have come up to folks pumping gas and just pop, you know.
Right,
So
right.
there are
Rabina, Sammy, thank you for coming. Okay. Yes. You don't want to be in the white color code. You want the next color is yellow. You're still in a relaxed state and you are in an alert mindset and you are aware of your surroundings. So if you're operating on a daily basis in the yellow, you're doing okay. You never want to be in the white stage. Yellow, you are alert and you understand what is going on around you. And for an example is you pull up to a store and you see a confrontation and you leave. But if you're in the white stage, you pull up, you completely jumping out your car quickly. And by the time you realize what's going on, you could be the one who can become a victim because of a confrontation that's going on at a store. Or someone robbing a bank and they're running out blazing shooting everyone. So if you're in that white stage, you could possibly become a victim. So move about your daily life in the yellow stage where
Have
you
you
are aware of your surroundings.
have you ever talked with Devil Dog about the time he walked in and there was a bank robbery going on?
I sure haven't. I haven't heard that one.
You ever talk with him about it sometime? It's kind of interesting.
Okay, I sure will. I know he was in the chat earlier, but
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just finishing up a live stream that he got running, but he is watching yours as well. So he's
Yep.
back and forth between this one and that.
yes, Jamie Country Living Homestead, you can actually Google the Cooper's Color Code of Awareness, or the Cooper's Color Code of Preparedness for Situational Awareness. Yes, you can Google that. And Google is everyone's friend when it comes to a lot of information that you would like to know. So always do your research. Hey, Teresa Jukewich, how you doing today? Oh, you
You
have
can
bad
move this back,
storms
please.
there.
Yeah, just move it. 'Cause
Hey,
I'm
Wellness
blocking
with
it.
Susan, how you
Okay.
doing?
Okay.
Um,
It was only Devil Dog.
and Jamie's Country Living Homestead, she said, I'm not in white, think I'm in yellow. Well, yellow is good. And I saw Barb's Country Living stating that she is not in her phone, so she feels that she is in the yellow stage. And Urban Garden Chronicles said, I like to know where all the exits are as soon as I go somewhere. Yes, that is all part of being in the yellow stage, is you are alert and you know where the exits are when you go into a building, or even before you go into a building. You can, I like to circle around certain stores, and you'll know if they have a back exit or not, or if they had a side exit, and it will have a sign up letting you know when you go into a mall, you go into a grocery store, know where those exits are, because it have seen and heard as well how people go into grocery stores these days.
But
And
I'm gonna have to step down. I've got to go get ready for work. But
okay,
thank you for having me on. And I appreciate everybody in the chat as well. Just wanted to say thanks. I love you, Tarsha. You're awesome.
I love you too, Gary. I appreciate you so much. You have
Have
a
a good day, Gary.
day.
Thank you.
Good night, Gary.
Thank you.
It's Barb's Country Home said, if a videotape the confrontation, I'm in the white or the yellow. I would not advise anyone to stand around and videotape, because you're putting
Yeah,
yourself in danger.
I'd say get out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like with the way technology is, it's extremely tempting to just sit there and take video of it and post it on social medias and stuff like this. But
yes, you
that
put
could be,
yourself.
if somebody sees you videotaping them and they're in a fit of rage, you don't know what they're going to do to you if they sees you with a
Yeah.
camera or sees you with your phone held up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, uniquely written. How you doing?
Hmm.
Brutal Bob said, be alert to the people around you also. Absolutely. If you see someone who's walking around in the summertime with a big bulky coat on or trench coat, their face is partially covered, they have a hat that's tilted over their eyes, or they have on shades, they just stand out. Pay attention to those people. I call those people death. I've always called those death growing up, because they're coming to wreak havoc on people. And majority of the time, I am right. So those are the type of people that do I'm very cautious of. So when you see someone like that, get away from the situation. And if you do see anything out of the ordinary, if you see a weapon under, you know, a long weapon in someone's coat, I would bring that to the attention of an authority, because that person is there to do harm. Hey, Elaine Bryant, thank you for coming. Hello, Corky's Tea Time. Welcome to my channel. Let's see. Our treasured home said it's very important to know where those exits are. Absolutely. And Growing Out the Box said, I have always taught my family when stopping at a red light, always keep at least a half car distance. They used to think I was extreme until my wife was in an attempted carjacking or worse. Right. Always stay. I would stay. I know you say you do half of a car distance, but I would stay over at least a car and a half distance. So that way you give yourself the opportunity to move out of a situation. You have the opportunity to back out, turn. If you're up on a situation, you're not able to maneuver yourself out of when you're in the car. Hello, Miss Needles. Thank you for coming. And CNC Farm, how you doing? Yes. So, Storms, radios, and cats always yellow. He said he was involved in a situation at the gas station in town this past Saturday that could have escalated into a bad deal. My street smarts kicked in. Right. That is so important to be on that level. And the third color code of preparedness to situation awareness is the orange. You spot a situation and you're taking action as far as being alert, have a plan as to what are you going to do if something does happen. So you understand that there is a potential for a situation to occur. Hello, Nola Saint. How you doing?
Like, you gotta watch for people intentionally hiding their face.
Yes, like you are. Absolutely.
And not wanting to be seen. That's
right,
something.
right. Absolutely.
Huh?
I would actually do something to you, seriously. If I seen you out in public. Yes. I'm just sorry. You will have to go.
Yep. My wife thinks I'm on something, so.
Right. Yes. Something right with you. So yes, I'm gonna make sure you get out the building.
Yep.
Some form of way you going out the building. Yes, everyone type triple threat in the comments, please.
Yeah, that'll drop your link if you type triple threat.
Yes, it'll drop your link.
Sorry, Devil Dog was in my other ear. What?
Oh, she was listening to Devil Dog on the phone.
What'd you say?
If you type triple threat in the chat, it will drop your link. Okay. But my wife doesn't have a channel, so.
Yeah. What is that question? I know you're busy, so I'll try one more time. What do I do about my information getting DAX despite having a VPN and security? I won't know anything about the VPN. Is that dealing with your computer?
Yeah, that's cyber threat, cyber security.
I don't have any, information on cybersecurity. I just, that's not. I'm not tech savvy. Period. So
yeah, it's personal defense and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the only thing that I can tell you is to be careful about putting your banking information. If you don't have a secure network, that's just something you don't want to do, is put your information in the computer. If you're paying bills or whatnot, if it's not a computer that is yours, or you have your own, um, is it the IP address? Jamie's Country Living Homestead says she works in a retail, so I'm always looking around at folks. Yes, it'd be a bunch of creepies coming through, so you have to stay alert. Hey, Bougie Prepper, how you doing?
That's one of the biggest things that got me up and going with my situational awareness. Was I spent years working in retail in stores,
Mm-hmm.
and you've always got to be mindful of who's around you, because at any given point there could be people in cleaning the store out.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
mm,
Thank you, CNC Farm. I appreciate that. Miss Needle said the distance with red lights is always good idea in case an accident happens. I've been there, yes. Being at least a car and a half for me. And we're going to talk about the third level, which is red. You're at a high level of alertness. You know that there is a potential for danger. So you
get your
already
phone.
know you're going to be in the fight or flight state at that point. Fight, flight, or hide state. So you see that attacker, what do you do? It's a sad situation. A lot of people have lost their lives in grocery stores, because when you go to a grocery store, you're supposed to be in that state of just looking around the grocery store, figuring out what you're going to purchase. Your mind is nowhere on someone's going to come in here and shoot this store up. So having that awareness, you're listening, you're seeing, and you have a feeling that something is not right. And I get those feelings. I hope everyone else uses those senses on a daily, because they can save your life. So when you are in red, you are in the fight or flight state. You're going to do what you have to do to survive a situation.
That's one of the important things too, is to know when to fight and when to run, because
Right.
different situations can call for different things.
Absolutely. Corky's Tea Time said exits and the vibe in the building. Check out what employees are doing, normal or nervous. Absolutely. Storms and Radios and Cat said the food was strung out on something and it threatened the cashier friend with a knife and just basically wanted to fight everyone in the store. He saw we weren't going to back down, so he calls 911. Nice to have you here, Nola Saint. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Vision Preparedness. And Jamie, I'm not sure if you're still in here. Hey, AR Gun 1776. Thank you for coming. We have TLC in the garden. Thank you for coming as well. And we have Erica with My Fly Family. Thank you. Let's see who else came in.
So Tarsha, I've got another really dangerous thing coming up here soon.
And what's that? Oh, okay.
A bunch of us are getting together to do the one chip challenge. We're all going to eat it live on the 15th.
I think I heard you say that on your live.
Yeah. So I got mine.
AR Gun 1776. We have Tennessee Tactical 1. Hi, thank you all for coming. If anyone have any information that they want to share on situational awareness, you are welcome to come up. Our treasured home said most places have a floor plan of their store near the front of the door. Most people don't look at them. You're right. I
Yep.
see those floor plans. Right.
And every mall that you go into, they're all over the place. Upstairs, downstairs, in the middles of the malls, right at the doors and entrances when you come in and out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Anyone else chimed in, made a comment, or had a question? Growing out of box, you are in Georgia? I did not know that. Wow. I'm in Georgia. He said the half car length doesn't leave enough room for a car to fully block you. A car length and a half will allow for someone to cut you off, I would think. When you're stopping at a stoplight, that's where I say you want to have at least a car and a half length, and especially in Atlanta, because people run up on your vehicles. It's just so much crime. But yeah, so you have to be alert at all times.
But that's
Vision,
like, oh, go ahead.
Vision Preparedness said, I stay red. That's why I stay strapped. Yeah, you can be on yellow and stay strapped, but red, you don't want to be in that fighting stage 24/7. That is it's, I
That'd
don't
be
know.
a hard way to be, I think.
Yeah, and it could be a little stressful if you're in the red all the time. It's okay to be in the orange because really, if you are the type of person like I am, you really can be in the orange color code a lot because I see a threat every time I go out. If you are a person who is alert, you would see a potential threat all the time. So I do see a potential threat all the time. I can walk in the building, I'd be like, yeah, he's suspect. Yeah, she's suspect. So you just be on a high alert. Brutal
That's the
body.
other thing. That's another thing too, is trying to identify those that you would think would be a problem or a suspect of something going down, because
Mhm.
sometimes it's not always so clear, but there's markers that people give off that people don't realize that, if you're in a crowd that's really relaxed and you see one person that's really nervous, okay, that's something to keep an eye on, something to keep in your mind.
Right. If
Um,
you see someone who is, if there's a calm situation and you see one individual who is jittery, pacing, can't sit still, it's something about that person that should get your attention
yeah. The
because
same
something is
thing
not
with like if you're in a grocery store, it's all air conditioned and everything like that, and you see somebody they might be dressed a little bit different, um, and they're sweating and warm and acting this way. That's something to keep an eye for, because the little cues that people give off that they don't even realize they're giving off can be a big determining factor on what state of mind they're in.
exactly. Jamie's Country Living Homestead said we have to take a quarterly test on the fight or flight situation. And that's good to be able to um, take a test on that. Um, let's see. Everyone type triple threat to have your links drop, please. Hey, Starduster. How you doing, sis? African Dreaming, how you doing? And my friend Barbecue Rockstar, how you doing? Good to see you here today. I'm glad you're feeling better, I'm assuming. Bougie Pepper says she went out today and was practicing situational awareness in the supermarket in the parking lot. Thank you, sis. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you on that. And Mud and Mascara said James and I do that to watch everyone. I'm thinking I'm reading that properly.
I tell you now, one thing you can do that I think might help people is if you go to the mall, just take an extra half an hour or an hour and sit in the food court or something and just watch people and watch how they behave.
I wouldn't sit in the food court. I would stand away from the food court and
Well,
observe.
yeah, that's what I mean. If you can get in somewhere where you can observe what's going on around and just see how people are behaving and just watch what seems normal and what doesn't seem normal. It'll give you an idea then of other
Right.
things to watch out for.
Absolutely.
Right?
And if I
Because
didn't speak to you, Tennessee Tactical One, I think I did, but thank you for coming. If anyone have any insight they want to share on situation awareness, have they ever been in a situation where they did not practice their situation awareness and found themselves in a dangerous situation?
well, I was situationally aware, but I ended up in a bit of a situation when I was working in one of my jobs. Because there was a guy came in and it was a shoe store at the time and he came in with a pair of shoes that were not the right ones and he had no receipt or nothing like that, so he wanted to return them and get a different pair, and I said you can't do that without a receipt. You need to have a receipt as proof of purchase or whatever. And the company was pretty strict on it at the time, so I wouldn't do nothing for him. Now I was the only one in charge in the store at the time, and I said to him, I said, listen, I said, what you can do is leave your name and number
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get the manager to call you back. Now he started getting really um, upset, we'll
Mm-hmm.
say, and confrontational. So at the time we had the headsets so we could communicate because there was about 20 staff in the store. It was a pretty big store. So when he started getting really upset and confrontational, the first thing I did was reach behind my back and press the button so every one of my staff could hear the conversation and what was going on. And there was at one point where he was saying he was just going to hit me and take whatever he wanted and leave. And he had his hand back and he had the fist made and he started shaking. And I leaned in and I looked at him and I said, there's one of you, there's 20 of us.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you wants to hit me, you are not going to make it out of this store.
Right.
And with that, he started looking around. And as he's looking around, because he wasn't aware of anything but me, but when he put his head up and started looking around, all of my staff had gathered pretty much around in a circle
Mm-hmm.
on the outer edges, and we're all facing him,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it goes to the fact of if I didn't have the sense and awareness to hit that button so they could all hear what was going on and knew that, this could potentially get out of hand really quick,
Right.
I could have been put in that situation where anything could have happened with him there.
Right.
So it's a really good idea, and especially if you're in a situation where you can have backup to take
Absolutely.
advantage of that situation.
Absolutely. I'm going to welcome some people here. Black Guns and Gardens, thank you for coming. Andrea with Digging for Health, thank you for coming in. Let's see who else came in. I believe I mentioned Starduster, TLC in the Garden, African Dreaming. Everyone, please type Triple Threat so your link can be dropped and everyone can connect with you. Going out the box. Let's see. My Renaissance Grandmama. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Grace and Fire, thank you for coming as well, sis. I appreciate you. So, Corky's Tea Time said, was at Walmart, heard an angry person threaten to run over people with her shopping cart if they got in her way. There were small children in the group. Yep, I was fully on spidey senses. Yeah, people are a little off the rocker. Threaten to hit people with their carts. Black Guns and Gardens, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jamie's Country Living.
I don't know what people think, what they get in their heads when they get these ideas. I'll run everybody over with my shotgun. I don't know. I really don't know what goes on in their mind.
Right. Tennessee Tactical One said, look at all your exes when you're going into a place. Right.
Yep.
I want to know how to get out of a situation. That is the main thing, is knowing and observing how can you get out of a situation if it does occur. And that's my main thing. Please pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what people say as well. If someone tell you something, please believe it. Some people look at it all, they're not going to do anything. These days.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
You
That's
don't
right.
know.
Mascara. Head on a swivel always.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we already know that vision preparedness. We already know. Bougie said she went out today and was practicing her situation awareness at the supermarket in the parking lot. A lot of crime happened in parking lots of shopping centers and grocery stores. People carrying loads of bags of grocery. I don't put anything in my right hand, which is my dominant hand. Grocery shopping, this hand is ready to pull my pistol. When I'm out walking in the mornings, this hand is free. I don't carry anything in this hand, even during the cold weather. When I'm walking during the cold, even if it's 20 something degrees out, this hand does not have a glove on it, a glove that would restrict me from pulling the trigger.
Another thing, if I could suggest something that I tend to do all the time, is no matter how much you're getting, take a shopping cart.
Yeah.
If it's one bag, then you have it in a shopping cart. You can free up both of your hands instantly just by letting go of that cart.
Right. A lot of people. Hey, Not For Nothing Homestead, how you doing? Thank you for coming.
Well, then we just process it correctly.
Yeah, if it's life or death situation, you can let go of the cart and defend yourself.
But anyone wants to come up and share some information, you can.
Well, Tarsha, it's been a minute since I saw you on here, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So everything has been good, I gather.
Right.
That's good. How's your garden going? Did you get much more harvest out of it? I've been out of the
I did, but I pulled everything because it was taking a little longer. Thank you so much, Starduster, for sharing this out. But I have already started my fall garden, so I still have some okra from my spring and summer. So I have tons of other stuff, and I'm gonna do a video and put that up as well, so everyone.
I think this week now I'm gonna haul up the stuff that I got planted there. All that's left in it is, like my broccoli and cauliflower never grew because it got eaten by grubs. But I've still got a couple of onions out there I can pull up, and some carrots and turnip and check on them and see how they did, and they cleared up.
I just know this morning I saw something been scratching in my kale and spinach bed. Drunken Chef said, thank you, Tarsha, for this live. Although I do some things already to be aware, there's always more that I and we can do. For one, we're going to start learning things as a family now. Yes, that's so important, Drunken Chef, to do this as a family so everyone is on the same page when it comes to situation awareness and self-defense. and being prepared. It's a family thing, so everyone wants to be on that same level, so everybody know what to do when a situation do occur. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing that. I really do appreciate it, so everyone can see that we are working on our family dynamics as being prepared and having that mindset of situational awareness to be able to protect yourself and your family. That's the most important thing, is making sure you and your family are okay.
Another
And
thing too with that, you could even do a little practice drill once in a while for, okay, what if something happens?
right.
So your family members know, okay, I have to do this, 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 and this to
Mm-hmm.
make sure we're safe. Whether that's in your house or out in the car driving around or
Right. Thank you,
out
Star.
for a walk. Mm.
I was saying thank you, Starduster. Yes, that girl Jackie vlogs. That's something you're gonna have to work on. Freezing will get you killed.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
you
don't
got to
want
try to react right away without even thinking about it. Reacting can often save your life.
exactly. It's so important to not freeze up. So having that situation awareness, you won't be put in that position of being shocked, and being in that state of shockness have you in that state of freezing up. So you never want to be shocked. You always want to know what is approaching. Jamie's country living homestead. I'm very quiet. I am an observer and a listener. Yes, being an observer and a listener is so important. You ever been around someone who just talk, 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 talk? When you talk so much, you can't listen. You're not paying attention. So it's important to stay quiet, observe, and listen. That's so important. And Audrey's Living Life said you have to hold your employees accountable for having safety measures in the workplace. We had the police come into a unit meeting and they said it's not a matter of if, but when something happened. Right. It's something going to always happen. It's just when. Exactly. And Drunken Chef said, I sit in areas away from the traffic and restaurants' front doors. When I make a reservation, I always ask for this, right? Because I want to have my eye on that door. Because if that one person come through that door and that person has a weapon, I'm taking that person out. That's just it. The situation that occurred in the mall, I forgot what state it was in. This man walked from the parking lot. I think he was dressed with a trench coat on, but he made his way into that mall with a rifle. That's crazy. So no one spotted this person, and he was able to pull that weapon out in that food court and and load out on all those innocent people. But one person who was prepared, who had their weapon on them, was able to take that threat out. So, once again, for all those non believers of carrying a weapon, think about all these situations that has occurred where multiple people or any individual has been killed due to someone in a firearm. So, always have a firearm or whatever else you want, but I believe in having a firearm to protect yourself and your family.
Well, that goes to the point now too that if more people were armed and properly trained, It
Right.
would just be safer,
Right.
because these people that are causing the issues, causing the mass shootings, and that would not have as much opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to do the damage that they do.
Right. Because if I see that threat, I'm taking that threat. I don't care if you are a child, because children can be off the rocker as well. If you are a teenager, if you are a middle-aged person, if you are an elderly person, if you pull out a weapon and my life and my kids' life is in danger, you got to go. That's just it. So I'm going to be watching you from a child to the elderly. I'm watching you. So that's just how I roll every day, and my kids. I tell my kids to be observant to what's going on in the school. If you hear anything, you need to text mama and let me know so I can take action as well. Always listen to your local news, what's going on around you. Devil Dog, what you talking about? I'm talking about you. What are you saying? But
Oh, he might be talking about you on his live. He's still going.
oh, he's still alive. Okay.
Yeah. I got him
Yes.
up on my TV here.
Oh, okay. Yes, everyone type triple threat. And thank you, Andrea, with Digging for Health. Muddy Mascara Homestead said people be tripping out these days, right? Just like in Georgia, maybe an hour and a half from me, this female at I think it was a warehouse. Well, she decided she wanted to shoot up the building. Yeah, while she was at work. Not for nothing. Homestead said, "Is that the guy who disappears in the foliage?" No, that's Caucasian Sasquatch who disappears in the foliage. He was up here last week. Yeah, that's
Yeah, no,
Caucasian.
that's not me.
Yeah, he has that long beard, but not.
Although,
Yeah,
I could, because I do have the gear to do it. I have the ghillie suit and I have the camo gear, and if I wanted to, I could disappear into the woods.
right. CNC Farm said, "Better to be safe than sorry." Absolutely. And Grace and Fire said, "You have no idea about people these days." Right. I don't trust them. Like I said, I don't trust little kids. Ever since a murder happened back in the days when I was growing up and I heard about it, was that I think his name was Michael Skakel or something, Skakel something. But he murdered another child. And he was a child himself. So ever since,
Anyone and everyone can be a threat.
right.
That's just a given fact. It doesn't, like, it can be the most unassuming person you might think, but they can still be a threat if they're in the wrong situation.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jackie, at that girl Jackie's vlog. Thank you for coming. Vision Preparedness said, "When you go out to eat, also I will not sit in a booth." Yeah, I don't like booths. Mm-mm. A lot of people in these movies get killed in booths. You don't have no way of getting out. Storms, Radios, and Cats say, "Yes, there is no shame in leaving a bad situation. Just because you are armed doesn't mean you need to engage the enemy. Sometimes it's best to get away from a bad situation. Always stay on guard." Absolutely. Get away.
But that
Right.
goes back to, too, like I was saying, you gotta know when to fight and when to run.
Right.
Because a lot of times it's probably better to just get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do so safely, do it. Get out of there. If you're
Right.
left without a choice, then fight it out.
Right. And Deacon Prepper said, "Take a bodyguard, double up buddy system." Right.
Mm.
But you got to make sure your buddy person, your backup knows to practice situation awareness, and are willing to do what's necessary to save you all's life. You just can't take someone who is oblivious to what's going on, that's scared. No, you need someone
Yeah.
who's on the same mindset that you are on.
It's no good to have a lot of muscle if they're not paying attention to anything.
Right. Gray man blend in. Exactly, Sheena.
It's
CNC,
like buying a gun and never using it and expecting to be able to take it out and be the best shot in the world. You're not going to be.
right. And Sheena's CNC farm said, I walked to my car with my key in my hand, so I'm ready to stab. Right. A lot of people do walk with their keys in their hands. And TLC in the garden said, I always have to practice situational awareness since I live in a major urban city. Yeah, some people are natural situational awareness, have that natural situational awareness because of their where they're living and how they grew up. And that's right, Sheena. Keto for life. Get healthy and strong so you stand a chance. Yeah, you have to give yourself a fighting chance. That comes with being physically fit, um, have the skills to defend yourself, situational awareness, and some form of protection.
Even something as simple as this that you can open one-handed and have it ready in a second
Mm-hmm.
can be something to keep you alive in
Absolutely.
the wrong situation.
Right. And our treasured home said it's still true. If you think you are being followed in a car, make 3 right turns. If to do the same, get your phone and call someone to meet you if possible. If not, go somewhere that's open and go. Right. In whatever city you're in, make sure you know how to get to your local law enforcement office, police department. Like she said, if you feel like someone is following you, which I have that feeling quite a bit, I've been stalked quite a bit, but never go straight home. If you know someone is following you, never go straight home because you're leading that person to your home. That's not what you want to do. Go to police department.
And even then, even if you can even just get to a public area where there is a lot of people around.
Barbecue rock star. That was you and my kale and spinach.
Oh my! But I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna go and get some supper. It
Okay.
was really
Thank
nice hanging out with you. Like I said, it's been too long since I was able to stop in, and I appreciate you dropping in on my 24-hour live.
Yes, you did that thing, and you were
That
still
was.
riding even after the 24 hours. I was
I ended up staying on for an extra 4.5 hours when I should have been in bed.
but
But it
you did.
was fun. It was
Yes.
fun.
Well, you
And
take care, and I appreciate your insight on this subject today. I thank you so much.
well, thanks for having me on.
And
I
would you have
really appreciate it.
your face?
I'm gonna leave you running on the computer too. So,
Well, thank you.
well, it's under Nicole, but it's not under me.
Appreciate that. Thank
No
you.
problem.
You have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye,
You too.
Nicole.
Bye.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
And Sheena's Keynivore Life said, in a store, always know where the emergency exits are in case of an active shooter. Right. And even though some don't want to carry a firearm, it's still important, like she's saying, to know where their exits are so you can um, get away from that threat. Sometimes it's impossible to. So that's where it comes in the red as far as hiding from that threat. It's either fight, hide, or flight. So you never know which one of those you will be in, but be prepared. Yes, going out of exit will set off a loud alarm and warn others. Yes, those are those emergency exits that do have those alarm systems on it. Vision preparedness said, yeah, practice scenario-based drills. Right. Audrey's Living Life said, we need to learn to act on alerts first and ask questions once in safety. Right. Because that is so weird how people would look around and be like, what happened? What happened? No, get out of there. Get out of there. And she said, drills don't save lives if you don't act on them immediately. You never know when it's real, right? Don't stick around. Get gone. And then you have the brave wave people out. Don't want them to know your location. That's what Sheena's Keyword Life said. And Deacon Prepper, y'all stay safe and vigilant. Many blessings to y'all. Well, thank you for coming, Deacon Prepper. I appreciate you coming and giving your insight on this subject today. And Devil Dog said, quit talking about me, Tarsha. And TLC, yeah, I read that one already. Let's see. You're stuck in a meeting. Okay. Thank you so much, AR Gun 1776. If you would like to come up and give a little insight on the situation awareness, that would be nice. Yes, sitting back watching the six. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Yes, type 333, everyone, to have your link drop. Hey, the Bud Files, how you doing? I miss greeting you. Hello, Hands in the Dirt. Thank you for coming. Let's see if anyone else came in. Let's see. Hey, Rusty. Bent but not broken. How you doing? Rusty, bent but not broken, said close-up protection using a knife and blend in is best. Right. Hey, Danny Days, how you doing? Good to see you here today. And Kenny Do That Watson, please send goats. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Southern Boy Prepper, thank you for coming to my live today. Let's see who else is here. I saw your message, Rusty Bent but not broken. I responded on this chat, but when I logged back in this morning, it had disappeared. But I made sure I thank you in the intro of my live. I appreciate you so much. Let's see. Okay, I'm caught up on greeting everyone. But I was talking about the different color code, the Cooper color codes of preparedness for situational awareness. Okay, Brutal Bob, you asked Devil Dog to send you my number. Please call me later. I sure will. Yes, I would get that your number from Devil Dog. He'll pass it on. Yes, that was 15 minutes from your house, Mud and Mascara. I sent that information to you. I wasn't sure if you've seen it or not, but I'm like, folks are crazy. Crazy. Right, Sheena. Two left, one right. If they're still behind you, you're being followed. And I've had that situational awareness skills since I was my first time driving back in high school. And Sheena says, if they're carrying a backpack, I even watch them people, right? And even if you are carrying bulletproof vests, you still have other uncovered areas that can put you down. Absolutely, Sheena. Grace and Fire said a family member had a state cop do shooter training for their church. There are a lot of things churches need if an active shooter comes. Right. And I will be teaching those active shooter courses as well in the near future. How you doing, our treasured home?
I am doing pretty good.
That's good. Hey, Anastasia, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's awesome. That's so awesome, pretty girl.
Yeah, I came up because being disabled now, I have a totally different perspective of situational awareness of, safety and everything. Because now I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis in my left hip. So I can't run. I mean, as far as to get away. If I have to, I can get away. But if I can't, I better know what to do.
Right.
You
Right.
know, that's why to me situation is so important, especially for people everybody, but the disabled and older people, because some of us just can't run whenever we need to run to get out of somewhere. So we know we need to know how to protect ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. AR Gun 1776 said, Karen, an AR-15 in your vehicle if possible. Right. I do. Especially when I'm
Exactly.
traveling more than 15 to 30 minutes from home. I'm carrying me and my kids. We ride heavy. We have a shotgun, we have an AR, and we have 2 handguns. Because my
Oh
kids
yeah.
to utilize every last one of those weapons. So, yeah.
And now here lately, now my son, now in Ohio, we can carry concealed without having a concealed permit and everything. But the weapons that he has aren't easily concealable. So he's looking for something smaller, but his hands are big. So he's like, he's still looking. But we have other forms of protection in the car. And
Right.
we have knives. We have plenty of knives. And then, anything can be used as a form of protection if you just sit and think about it. Because when I was growing up, well, I'm 53, so back in the 80s, with all the hairs do things and everything, we had the aerosol cans of hairspray, not the pump. And we had the mini ones that were for $1. So that's why I told all my friends would ask. It's like, go get a can of hairspray, get the small one, stick it in your purse. Sometimes that would hurt worse than pepper spray. Because
see, I'll be the one who have the can of hairspray and a lighter. Like a torch.
Yep. There you go.
You got to be able to improvise. And I will set it on fire.
Exactly. Because I was like, the hairspray is sticky.
Right.
And if growing up, you start spraying hairspray and you get in your eyes, that stuff burns.
It has alcohol in it, and that's what causes the fire when you light that match. So that's something that I do. Hey, the old sweet farm, what are you doing today? He said we're headed to a downtown Minneapolis. I can't even get it out tonight for a concert. We will have our situational awareness on high alert. Yes, it's so important. Concerts scare me. I've never been to a concert. Those huge crowds, I just can't do.
Oh no, I've never been one as personally to go to, but as an EMT to help oh my goodness, this was at a park, and we were supposed to just be there for medical, but they
Mm,
ended up using us as bodyguards, kind of, sort of. And I'd already done security and was doing security, so I knew what to look for and everything. But I was like, I told the guy that I was with afterwards, I said, never again. I'm like, if we're there to do medical, that is all we're going to do. They should have had people there to do the other part. Because if we had gotten into a sticky situation, they would be coming to rescue us instead of, us providing medical care. And it's like, I don't
right.
think that was fair. But yeah, I've never really been to a concert. I really don't want to go to one now.
Right. It's scary. Jamie's country living homestead, when we was talking about if someone's following you, she said, never go home. I felt like I was being followed a few years back. I kept driving and riding around. And it's so
Yeah,
important, like I said, it's so important to have a form of protection because people are so bold. They would shoot at your vehicle. They would try to stop you, um,
hmm,
prevent you from going any further. So having a weapon, even if you're broken down on the side of the road, if have you ever been broken down on the side of the road and you didn't have no form of protection? Like that's crazy.
oh yeah, that's scary.
That's very
Um,
that's very scary. Always have some form of protection, but my advice is to get you a firearm, get you some ammo, be able to defend yourself and your family. Situational
exactly,
and self-defense is comes together. Having that situation awareness that could possibly keep you from being having to use your self-defense tool. It'll keep you from having to use your knife, your gun, pepper spray, steel baton, taser, whatever. But the most important thing you need to do is have that situation awareness. Um,
exactly.
yeah.
Because, I mean, even though we were at the doctor's office, and when we got there, there was only one other person in the waiting room. But then again, we're in the back room. When we go to the back room of the doctor's office, do you count how many rooms are there, and are the doors open? Are they closed? Are you at the last room in the office? How far is it going to get you? How far is it going to take you? How long is it going to take you to get back to the front?
Mhm.
And for grins and giggles, do you know how to use a fire extinguisher? Most people do not. We had one upstairs, we had one downstairs, but I was trained as a security officer to know how to use one because we were the first line of defense.
Mhm.
So I taught my son how to use one, but most people don't know how to use one.
Absolutely, they don't.
And not
It
only go ahead,
it can be used, like you said, for a weapon. You know.
yes, and then also, situation awareness can also can be fire. If there's a fire, do you know you get down to the lowest part of on the floor and get yourself out? But coming out of there, I was looking around and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and I was like, I just really didn't like. You talking about feeling uncomfortable
Yeah.
because I didn't like how they set up that office, and I was just like, my son and I talked about that, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
to go in the elevator, you go up, you get off, and there's the reception area and everything, and then you walk over this way to the waiting room, but I just felt like it was so enclosed, and I was like, man, if something were to happen, how would
Mm-hmm.
can we get it out in time or not? And I don't know. I just had that feeling this morning when I walked into that office, and I was just like, something just didn't set right. And I was like, I was glad that was the shortest time I've ever been to a doctor.
Right.
15 minutes tops, and we were out of there. And I was like,
Now, certain places will trigger you, give you that feeling of being uneasy and not safe. Yeah.
And I was like, weird, but well, like I said, I was about going to the grocery store. Um, and a doctor's office, grocery store, I don't care. If you go to the mall or so, most places, for the reason of fire safety purposes and for the fire department, will have a printout sheet of all the exits and everything. And no, I used to read them all the time when I used to go to places. And I remember my mom going, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm looking at all the exits." And
Right.
she was, "Why?" I said, "Because you never know. You may have to leave."
That is true. You never know.
So, and here's the funny thing. When we used to watch TV shows, it was like Emergency One, Chips, Dukes of Hazzards, and that was, stuff they put on shows. We never thought ever we would have to use. It was just for entertainment purposes.
Mm,
And, come to find out, you really do use them
right.
because we're talking about being followed and everything. I was coming home from an EMT class when I was taking EMT class. I was coming home one night and this guy, I don't know what his problem was. I didn't stop short on him or anything else, but he tried to run me off the road and he tried to, he almost hit me. He did everything. And cell phones had just really started coming out. So this was like 2000. So I'm on the phone with the police and everything, giving them directions where I'm at. And then the dispatcher asked me to follow him to see where he goes. I'm like, I gave you his
Right.
tag on his car. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to run me off the road. I am not following him any further than where I'm going right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
And sure enough, the police found him through his tags and everything, went to his house,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked him, why was he doing it? And his answer was, just because I wanted to.
Mm.
He just picked
Crazy.
out a car, and that's what he wanted to do.
Crazy.
And
That's
I was like,
crazy people.
exactly. And that was in 2000. I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 22 years ago. Like,
Right.
man, people.
Crazy. Gotta watch out
Exactly.
for crazies. People just do stuff just to be doing it. Let me welcome Mayfield Ranch. Hey, how you doing? And thank you for coming. We have last year's journey. Sorry I'm late on greeting you all. And learning to grow my own. Thank you for coming. And I appreciate you coming, hands in the dirt. I noticed you had left. I'm not sure if you're still here, but thank you so much for coming and showing support. And thank you everyone for coming and showing support as well. Let's see. Sheena's Ketovore Life says staying red will cause anxiety and what was it? Yes, it'll make you nervous and having anxiety, I think, staying on red. But thank you so much, Starduster. You're good with emergency management, Sheena Ketovore Life stated.
Right.
And Kenny do that? Watson, please send go. Said I work in the checkout department of a grocery store. I have to look for more exits. Absolutely. And places that you can hide.
Yeah, the meat department or the produce department in the grocery store. If something happens, or to me, are the two best places to go to because, especially in the meat department, because they have all the freezer stuff and everything. And so everything there, those freezers have to be really thick to hold in the cold for all those cold cuts and everything, and where the fish is all that cold right there. So if you can get there, that's where I go. But you also remember, like where the produce or the milk department is and everything, they
Mm-hmm.
might have exits back there because how do they get when you see the trucks bringing in the
Mm-hmm.
stuff for the store and they have to deliver through the back door? Well, there is a back door back there because they got to bring them in to the warehouse part of the store. So there are exits back there. They
Absolutely.
just don't let people know it. But like
Right.
I said, it should be on that diagram in the store. because they have to have that diagram up there for the fire department.
Absolutely. Let me welcome some people. Hey, Missouri Outlaw Randy. I'm so sorry I'm late on greeting you, my friend. How are you and Miss Shannon doing today? We have Miss Jessica Garcia. Thank you for coming. And we have Audacity Donnan. Thank you for coming as well. I appreciate you and everyone that is here today. Let's see. Yeah, Sheen, there's a lot of people are out there that are on meth. They're
Mm-hmm.
very dangerous people. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch said situation awareness includes being in your vehicle, know who is around you, especially on these side roads with little traffic. Check your vehicle before you get in it. Right. Always lock your doors. I used to have a habit of not locking my doors at home because of my area that I had lived in, but it's so
Right.
important these days. People come into nicer neighborhoods, they'll take everything out of your vehicles, but that's just materialistic things. But like she said, check your vehicle because people will hide in your vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something you don't want to happen. Is you in your vehicle and you don't know someone is hiding in the back seat.
And, that's a trick they've been doing for at least 30 to 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Hiding in your vehicle because, we used to hear about that as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Always check your vehicle when you go out, especially because I worked at the mall, at
Mm-hmm.
one of the local malls, and, you know, we always checked. And then we always walked out with two of us always walked out together
Right. Right.
because we just knew it was just something that was like, I don't want to say ingrained in us, but
Mm-hmm.
we just kind of like knew never go along alone, go into pairs of two.
Right.
And now it's just like it used to be like in only certain areas, and now it's just like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
Right. I want to welcome Nikki St. Laurent. Thank you for coming, sis. Please type triple threat in the chat so your link can be dropped, Nikki. Um, yes, go with a buddy. Have a buddy system when you're going out. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jamie's Country Living, she said, don't ever take papers off your windshield if somebody's waiting for you to. And that's something new they've done in the last like 10 to 15 years.
Right.
And because, that was one thing we used to do as in high school, advertising and everything was putting stuff on people's windshields,
Mm-hmm.
for a new restaurant and everything. And those trafficking people took it to another level, and now you don't put nothing on somebody's windshield.
And see, also, I don't go and reach and grab stuff off my windshield. You're not going to catch me with me being bent over or distracted by getting some off.
Mm-hmm.
I get in my vehicle, that windshield wiper is going to knock all that off. So you're not going to get me. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Because I have. Go ahead.
Hold on. I just wanted to welcome Growing with Hudson. She said she stopped by to hit that like button. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that. And Peterson Farms in Nashville, thank you for coming as well. But go ahead. You were saying?
I have had stuff on my windshield, and of course this is years ago. And I'm not thinking, because back then you really weren't thinking. You were just like, "Oh, why somebody put this on my windshield? Just grab it and go."
Mm-hmm.
And now you think about that stuff.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
And
and go
they
ahead.
in a lot of larger cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, and definitely when you go to a store and you park, just stop for a moment. Those extra few seconds of just looking around, see what's going on, see what cars are around you. Um, it used to be look out for white vans with no windows, but they
Mhm.
can use anything now. But see
Yeah,
who's coming in and going, who came in behind you. Um, is somebody coming in behind you? Are they staying in the car? Are they getting out? Going in or whatever. And I was,
yeah.
many
Back in
times,
the days, that was the most obvious is that white um colored the raper van.
yeah, yeah, it was.
He said people disappear. When you see one of those vans, just know someone has disappeared and you'll hear about it on the news. If that vehicle is parked in a parking lot somewhere, yeah, always stay away from those vehicles. Never park in between two huge vans or beside one because you get out your vehicle, you're snatched up immediately and no one even knows. So never park by those type of vehicles.
Exactly. And then um, one thing that came out that was good about the last couple of years was um, me having people make people stand 6 feet apart from each other. Because I'm telling you, I have been pickpocketed so many times. Um, but
Mm,
it always makes me nervous when I'm standing in line and somebody wants to stand up right behind me.
yeah, and you have the right to say, "Can you please give me my space?"
Exactly. And I remember doing this one time. It was funny. They stood right behind me, and every time I moved up, they moved up. And all of a sudden, I took my arms, I went like this, and I swung myself around and hit them. And they looked at me. I'm like, arm length away, please, because you're not standing that close to me. And
Right.
that's a rule of thumb. If you arm lengths away, is what they should be,
Mm-hmm.
because that's your personal space right there. And if they're not that far away from you, well, unless it's family, but you know what I mean. If they're not that far away from you, all the way around,
Right.
make sure you make it known you don't want them that close to you.
Right. And if they have a problem with it, just leave. You can always go to another store or somewhere else. Just avoid that confrontation. But you do have the right to ask someone to back away from you.
Exactly.
Right. And I've heard people have gotten into physical fights, screaming matches, but walk away. If that person does not respect your space, leave.
Definitely.
Right. Um, yeah, vision preparedness torch. Burn him up. Burn him up.
He says the same thing my son says. I just want to get
I fight dirty. I tell my girls to fight dirty too. You don't care about someone else. If someone is going to do harm to you, they're going to try to kill you. So
help.
you have to fight dirty. By
Exactly.
means necessary, we coming out on top. That's just how it is. I'm biting off ears. I'm doing it all. I'm doing the Mike Tyson on them. I'm doing it all.
Here's the funny thing. We're sitting there teaching Anastasia how to defend herself and everything, to be tough and everything. So when her and her daddy roughhouse, and she turns around and defends herself, he goes down. It's like, what happened? She hurt me. I'm like, well,
Mm,
that's what you're trying to teach her to do.
right. Right.
I can't help it. I get the biggest giggle out of him because I
Mm,
was like, you're teaching her to defend herself, but then when she actually does it, you get hurt and then you don't want to do it no more. Or he says, time out. And I'm just like,
mhm.
well, then she learned how to do what she's supposed to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like Starduster says, switch up your travels. Don't take the same way home all the time. And even when you're approaching your house, you're coming through your neighborhood, bypass your house sometime. Watch what people are doing. If you notice someone around your house or if a car actually is following you, go around the neighborhood and circle back around and see what's going on. Just be observant of your surroundings. Yeah, TLC
Yeah,
in the garden. We always kept hairspray and a lighter back then. So I'm telling you.
exactly.
Yes.
And then when they came up with the pump and everything, they did away with the aerosol. And I was just like, come
Mhm.
on. I mean, and Dollar Tree's been around for a long time because you could go to get the little mini one for $1.
Yeah.
And I can't find a aerosol can for anything. I was like, oh, and deodorant does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you can
Deodorant.
find a spray deodorant, that will do the same thing.
Alcohol in it. And Digging for Health had said she's been to one of those concerts and everyone's pushing everybody around. See, that's
Mhm.
no. A lot of people died at a recent concert last year. I forgot who that artist was, but they was pushing and jumping around and more than 10 people died, I believe, at that concert last year. It was one of these very popular um, music artists. So I stay away from stuff like that.
Exactly. So do I.
Yeah, because then the first person who pushed me and I hit the ground, mm, yeah,
Oh, I know.
that's what I want to do, Starduster. I have some what they call it, it's the pepper that start with a T. Um Tans of something, some kind of hot pepper. That's what I want to do, make my own pepper spray. Yeah.
If you do, make a video because that'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah. That's
So,
right, Sheena. Know those spots.
and another thing, and I did this with my son when he was little, and I've done it with Anastasia. Have a code word with your family.
Right.
You
Absolutely.
know, it could be anything. It could be just a simple word. It could be a number, something that you and your family know that ain't nobody else in the world gonna figure out what in the world you're talking about. Everybody knows Marco Polo.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy one, but that's just an example.
Right.
And we used to do that in the store. If we split off and everything, or if I was a few rows down or whatever, down the over, my son and daughter-in-law, they go Marco, and one of us would say Polo, and
Mm-hmm.
people just look at us like, well, that's kind of, they look at us kind of weird, but we knew what we were doing,
Right.
but I've come up with a word for Anastasia, and I know, and she knows if I say it to her, she back
Right.
up real quick because something's going on.
Absolutely.
Especially
Absolutely.
when we used to sit out here in the front because we're not in a bad area, but it's getting there. It doesn't matter where you live anymore. So different people walking up and down the street and everything, and some people we got to know over the summer and everything. And then there's vehicles going up and down, and there's some vehicles I don't know that go through the neighborhood. So I came up with a word, and I told her if you ever hear me say it, you need to get over here quick. We need to get outside.
Absolutely. Let me say, thank you for coming, Mud and Mascara Homestead and Uniquely Written. You all said you all had to leave. Thank you so much. If you listening in, I truly appreciate you all coming and showing support today. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Sheena said, do you understand they can take your weapon from you, right? And all women need self-defense courses. Um, Urban said, I like starting fires. You can come from me, your ashes. Right. Learning how to set a fire. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can climb up under your vehicle if you're driving an SUV. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
someone was so skinny now they can crawl up underneath any kind of vehicle.
yes. And yeah. Thank you, Starduster too. I appreciate you coming. Not sure if you are still here, but thank you. I appreciate your support. Right, Jamie. Never take papers off your vehicle windshield. You don't know if it's someone is waiting to hijack you or your car. It will till you get home. I use the windshield wipers. Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, Nikki was saying she's a people watcher. That is something that's interesting. Just go to the mall and just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Observe people. Because as a security officer, that's what we were trained to do. We were supposed to be observe and report. Couldn't chase anybody or anything. So go to the mall and just watch people. Just sit there and you just see some of the most funniest things people do. But then, that's also training you to be aware. Just sit and watch.
Right.
Okay.
And
And
Sheena said that your kids need to be in self-defense courses as well, and your family have a meeting location so everyone will be accounted for, and teach your kids to be aware of their surroundings. Know what's going on at school, know what's going on the bus. um, like you hear stuff. Like I said before, I have my kids to tell them to text me if something is off at the school. Text me, because
exactly.
a lot of people don't tell the kids what's going on because they don't want to scare the kids. But it's so important for kids to listen out for themselves as well, and notify your parents, even though the school may not like it. But for our protection, I want my kids to inform me of any activity that goes on at their school.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because Nikki has sit there and said she was a people watcher thanks to the government for the aerosols. Getting
Yeah,
rid of aerosols, I
I'm
think.
a watcher person. I like to watch the watchers. I'm a watcher of the watchers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching someone who's watching somebody else or watching me. I'm going to watch.
Exactly.
I may not say nothing much, but I'm watching, I'm observing. I see a lot of stuff that people don't even know that is going on. That's why I say when the situation, if something do ever go on, like they say the SHTF, I'm going to know before 95% of the country will know that something has popped off, because I'm observant. You know, you have a feeling that something is occurring. You see this warning signs that something is going to occur. So it's good to have those situational awareness skills.
Exactly. Because, like I said, when I was growing up, right, so in the 70s is when oh, his son's name was Adam. I cannot think of his name now. Was kidnapped, and he started that show, America's Most Wanted, is what I think he
Mhm.
started. And the only way we heard about anything was in the news. But
Mhm.
you know, I think this was after that happened. It was my best friend. My parents' house was here. Her houses were 4 houses down. We lived on a slight hill, and she was at the end, and we were at the beginning. And it was her, the girl, my mom, one of my friends. We babysit for her daughter because she could work, and it was me. And this was during the summertime. We would sit on my best friend's porch and playing with the Barbie dolls. And this guy in a blue Volkswagen Bug, older gentleman, stopped in front of my best friend's house. All right. The first time was like, okay, he's lost. He's looking for something, another. He goes around the second time, and we all just look at each other like, okay, maybe not lost. We don't know. He comes around the third time. So 3 times we knew to get up and go. So we didn't go in the house and lock the door because I guess of all the scary movies back then and everything, you don't go in the house and lock the door because then you're trapped inside. We ran in the backyard, and our backyards met together. We're divided by fences, but we could jump one of the fence and go through everybody else's backyard to get to my house. And that's exactly what we did. I had planned an escape just in case anything had happened. We knew what to do. And I was like, I think back then we were 11 when that happened. And I was like, that was what we were taught. The first time they're looking, could be lost and they're looking for something. Second time, they're making sure they may be in the right area. If you see it 3 times, you better be aware something's going on and get somewhere safe. And I mean, we were taught that even before, all this came about, because we had that in school. It wasn't called stranger danger, but to be aware of strangers and everything else. And I was just like, Anastasia, she is so funny, because she really gets it for me, because I'll talk to anybody, but then once if you get that feeling and the hair standing on the back of your head, that's your senses are telling you something's not right. We can't hear you, Tasha.
The word that my kids use is creepy. Mama, that person is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those creepy people. Yes. Yeah.
Definitely. Should be taught in school. They used to teach situational awareness, Nikki, in school. They don't teach it anymore.
Right. Thank you for coming, Storms, Radios, and Cats. And Kenny Dudettes and Watsons, thank you for coming. If you're still here listening, I appreciate you. And sorry I got to your message late. Yeah. And Peterson Farms in Nashville said, we lock our doors anytime now, even in the country. We use driveway alerts to know when someone arrives also. Right. Hey, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Everyone type triple threat in the chat. So Nightbot can drop your link, please, so everyone can connect. Jamie's Country Living Homestead says she locked my doors here, surrounded by new developments, used to be all woods. Mm-hmm. Right. And Brutal Bob said, check the back seat floor area also for someone hiding there. Rear cargo area of a SUV too. Right. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Because when you go to it and you mash your unlock button, your lights will light up in the car. I used to have it where I turned that little sensor off, but I started putting it back on because it lights the whole vehicle up and you can see what's going on. So once you mash that button, the inside of your vehicle lights up. So that's a good feature to have on your vehicles, to light it up on the inside so you can check.
Later, digging.
Hmm.
Digging for health it was leaving. So
thank you so much, Digging for Health. I appreciate you, Andrea, for coming and modding and giving your insight on this topic as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Also, the little mini flashlights you can get a Walmart, Dollar Tree, whatever. They're good too. I used to have one on my keychain. I used to sit there and flash underneath my car, because that could flash if somebody's under there. You'll see their shadow, and also with when you open your car door, you can flash it in your car.
Right.
So, and it also helps if someone's coming up behind you, you can flash it right in their eyes.
Absolutely. And Jessica Garcia said, yes, I'm driving. As you guys said, check the back seat. I'm like, holy, I better look. Right. Right. You have to check that back seat. That reminds me of those movies, those Lifetime movies back in the days you used to watch. And driving, you like, do. Then all of a sudden, you see in the rearview mirror, this crazy lady sitting up like, hello. Like, not gonna be one of them days, no. And
It's
then
an
y'all,
after school specials.
right? They slit your throat. They do whatever. Thank you for coming, CC's World TV. How you doing today? I'm so glad you caught my live as well. I know I'm going to wind down in the next 6 minutes, but please type triple threat in the chat so Nightbot can drop your link so others can connect with your channel. You have a wonderful channel. So please type triple threat. And
Somebody, go ahead.
Nikki said they hide under your vehicles and cut your Achilles heel and disable you to walk to check underneath with a flashlight as you approach your vehicle. Yes, do it at a distance, not right up on it. But you still have to be careful and watch your surroundings at all times when you're walking out by yourself. Yeah.
Exactly, because like I said, I worked for GNC when I first started working for them. I worked in a mall. Then they bought out. It was called a natural food store. And it was a store all by itself. And yes, fortunately, it was right beside the Virginia State Police headquarters, but it wasn't. That was the offices and everything. So it wasn't like there was a police officer there all the time. But going out that store by myself at nighttime, most of the time, I was by myself, and always had to beware because there was a little strip mall this way beside us. It had like 4 or 5 stores. By the time I left, they were all closed, and I was like, I kind of just like didn't like it too much, and then I started just like, well, I'll get someone to come drop me off at work, and then they can come pick me up.
Right.
Sometimes that's what you have to do, just to stay safe, just to have that extra person there. But yeah, the mall in 1997, 98, there was a domestic that happened that took 2 people's lives, and everybody freaked out about it and everything. And it wasn't that it was a random happening. It was ex-husband coming after his wife, and this happened to be the girl that was with her at the other end of it. So, but everybody was on alert at that time, and I was like, I was fortunate. The store I had didn't have a back door, like down to the hallways or whatever. So, we always went out the front, and I'm like, I told the security guards one night, I'm like, this guy's been standing around, I don't think he's waiting for anybody. He looks like he's been watching everybody. He goes, all right. So I went to go out, and sure enough, the guy was coming up behind me, and the security guard stopped him. And I was like, y'all need to get on your game, because if they're not if the customers haven't left, or the people who come to the mall haven't all left, or they're not the employees of the stores in there, you need to tell them to get out here.
Right. Exactly. Let me greet some people. We have Rita Roost in the house. Thank you, Rita. The Educated Natural. Cozy Cornelius Corner. The J Jordan. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you all. And y'all type triple threat in the comment section, and Nightbot will drop your link. Did it drop? I didn't see. I saw someone type triple threat, but I didn't see where it had dropped. The link.
I think Nikki had talked about the movie The Next of Kin with Patrick Swayze, and that made me think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre when that movie came out, and they said it happened it really had happened. Some of the things might have changed, but I was just like, we thought, we never go to Texas. But then, stuff happens in the same state that you're in, so it kind of like doesn't matter. But, back then, we were just like, we don't go to that state. We don't go to that state. But,
right.
And when you start looking up history and start really seeing, people have been doing crazy things for a long time.
Absolutely. They have. Vision preparedness said basically, ladies, stop shopping at night alone. I don't go anywhere at nighttime anymore.
Mm-mm.
Right. I don't. I do online shopping 24/7, really. I don't think Nightbot is working anymore, you all. Well, I just seen Sheena's drop.
Yeah.
No, but I had to drop CC's World's TVs because I didn't see it drop hers. Everyone type triple threat and have um, Nightbot drop your link, please.
My buddy system is my SIG 1911. You get the yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Jessica Garcia said that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Urban Garden Chronicles. A kitchen torch will work as well for self-defense. You have to use everything that you have. Um, what did you say about Jessica Garcia? Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. She said her buddy system is her SIG 1911.
Oh yes, yes. 1911s are nice, nice. Yeah, I think so too, Nikki St. Laurent. Teaching situational awareness in school. They need to teach a lot of life lessons as well. And then you teach that at home with your own kids. But it's a lot of stuff they teach in school these days that you're not going to use when you're out of school. So a lot of life lessons should be taught.
Exactly.
And also do that at home as well.
Yes. Nikki says hers is her Ruger Security 9.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't use trigonometry. I never have ever since I've got out of high school.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I don't use algebra either. So
Right. Yeah, they ride by your house. They're casing, like they said, they casing the joint. Yeah. My cameras pick up every vehicle coming from both directions. So I'm getting tag plates. I'm getting it all. I see a vehicle that I know that does not belong in this small subdivision. Yeah, I'm watching you. I got my eye on you. Yeah.
exactly, because they do. Like, we used to sit out there and I just watch, and I know what car comes
Mhm.
because we have several ways into our neighborhood, and we're
Mhm.
fortunate. We're kind of like at the beginning. So, but there are so because it's so many different things. There's like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 apartment complexes
Mhm.
in the neighborhood, and it's like so. There's so many multiple ways to go and everything. And somebody has sat there and said, "Don't go home the same way," and yeah, just take a ride and just go
Mhm.
out riding and see how many ways you can get back home without going the same way twice. 'Cause I've
Right.
done that. I leave one way, come back a different way, and
Yeah.
somebody used to ask me, "Why you do that?" I'm like, "Why not? No, don't let somebody know your routine, even though there are things we do have to have a routine for, but there's some things we can change up."
Yeah. That's so true. And you're absolutely, you're absolutely right. Sheena's key to more life. Always have an emergency medical kit in your car. Absolutely, it's so important to have that.
Hmm.
And it's not just for you; it's for saving someone else's life as well. Yeah. AR Gun 1776 said, "You need a trauma kit for you and your car. A wreck can cause you to bleed out also." Right. I had
Exactly.
a situation back in June when I went to Orlando. A wreck happened right in front of me. I jumped out, grabbed my bag, and I rendered aid to an individual who was bleeding from the head. And no one else had any type of medical equipment with them. Everyone that stopped to look around, by the time the ambulance got there, several people was patched up with what I had, and they were shocked when they got there.
Yeah.
Paramedics were shocked. They looking like, who did this? What? Thank you. They thanked me
Mm-hmm.
for doing their job. That gave them the opportunity to take that person directly to the hospital instead of waiting, having that time to bandage them up or stop the bleed. I stopped that bleed right then. So that gave them time to get that person to the hospital.
Yeah, it makes their assessment easier also, because people think about it, even with medical emergencies, it still takes them time to get there, especially if it's a traffic accident, because they got to go around cars and
Right.
find a way to get there. And when I was on the rescue squad, we had our area was supposed to be there 6 minutes or less. That was the time frame they put out in the county, and that was not only for us volunteers, but for the paid services also, or the fire departments and all, because we knew,
Right.
all right, something happens, you got to call 911. The dispatcher gets the information, then they have to hit the button, give out the information to fire, police, rescue. It takes time for them to get into the unit that they need to get into and get the address. Well, now it's called computerized, but get the address, write down, get to where they got to go. That's a lot. In a way, that's a lot of time, depending on what the emergency is.
It is.
Anytime that you can help EMS, fire, or even the police in a situation, it helps them so much better.
It does. It really does. And thank you so much for that comment, Cornelius, Cozy Cornelius Corner. I appreciate that, and I'm so glad you enjoyed. Um, and thank you for coming. Rita's Roost. I think I spoke to you already, but thank you for coming. Nikki says she just got done walking 3.5 miles and weightlifting. I'm pumped. Haha, to be honest, I'm tired. But you're gonna feel good in the end. Yeah, the
Exactly.
is my SIG 1911. You bad if you carry that 1911 round. I thought about carrying the 1911 time. Yes, hit that, smash that like button, everyone. Please support the channel. Yeah.
Hillbilly Chicken said her power doesn't go out. My internet is iffy. They got thunderstorms. But
Okay.
even if you're not talking about working out and everything, and you can't run it, just do something. All right. Anastasia had one of those foam ambulances, and she stuck it back in her toy box after she sat there and said, Nana, you could have this. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do it with my hands. I need something to, exercise my hands. She gave me this. That's an ace bandage. Yellow ace bandage from the Dollar Tree. It works just as well.
Right.
My son has the regular hand things, which is kind of hard for me to do right now because I have that alpha gal. My hands got so weak. But, do 10 of these in this hand, do 10 of these in this hand, do it twice a day. You're strengthening up your hands and your fingers. Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nikki, for coming. I appreciate all your insight on this subject today. Thank you. If you're still here, type triple threat, all one word, so your link can be dropped. Vision Preparedness said, I teach kids, I don't depend on schools. That's true. But instead of the school focusing on certain things, they need to focus on things that the kids will utilize once they're out of school. It's a lot of things they're teaching that we will never use out of school, but it's important to have hand-to-hand or life experience education taught at schools, and that's my opinion. Something
Yeah.
that they can use when they're out. Like they had a subject, I'm not sure whose channel it was on. I don't know if it was Gina versus Gina or Urban Garden Chronicles or Lash's Journey, but about teaching about investing, budgeting your money in school, how to have a bank account in school. Teach kids those type of things. But I ain't gonna
Mhm.
go more into that subject. But yeah. Uh,
She goes, "This is the way."
yeah, if you roll to my house, it's only on purpose. Yeah, those who live out in
Mhm.
rural areas, if someone come up to your house, they came out there for a reason.
Exactly. Well, see, even now, I mean, the only friends we actually have is the coworkers my son and daughter-in-law have. They
Mhm.
pick up, they carpool and everything. We have we don't have no family here. Of course, I know homesteaders and everything, and people I've met through YouTube and
Mhm.
all. And most of the people, only a few people have my address. If you come knocking on my door, there's
Right.
going to be a good reason why you're knocking on my door.
Absolutely. It's a reason. And you're gonna be dealt with.
Exactly.
And the hillbilly chicken ranch said, "Don't go out by yourselves. Exercise is great, but never alone, ladies." But see, like, if I have to go out by myself, even if it's at nighttime or during the day, I have my buddy with me. My buddy is going to be my side piece.
Mm-hmm.
Carries 15 rounds, and I'm going to have 2 extra magazines with me. So, yeah. Always leave your house with some form of protection. And my number one protection is a firearm. Get you a firearm. That's just me. Yeah. I always carry. And one in the chamber at that. Jessica said, "This has been the most chill live. I'm feeling the vibe." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He keep a mash unit kit in his truck. Vision preparedness said.
Mm-hmm.
Mascara said they need to teach gardening, preserving, canning along with self-defense. Don't see that happening anytime soon, right? They need to teach those life lessons and not just um 1+1 or history that they would never use in the workplace. Um that's just me.
Well, they used to. They used to until like the mid 80s, and then that's when, oh
Yeah,
no, we don't need that anymore. We need to teach them this stuff, and then
yeah. And Sheena's Ketovore Life said at concerts, people were getting jabbed with drugs. That is so true. And Jessica Garcia said, "I have a garden and 5 kids, 2 dogs, and a kitty. I get all the workout needed to no gym." Right, right. And yeah, that's the Trinidad Scorpion. I have 2 of those. I think it's a Trinidad Scorpion and I have a ghost pepper one. Yeah.
oh, there you go.
There are several signs warning you all the way to the door to be careful. You are fully warned before you knock on the door. Right, Mud and Mess.
Exactly.
You get those signs going to say you're trespassing. Now you become a target and such and such and such and such. So who don't get the hint? Yeah.
Exactly.
You ready to go. And Urban Garden Chronicles said, "If I don't answer my door, if you don't call me first that you're coming over, you can stay outside." Right. I hate pop-up visits. Like, don't come. Do not come to my house. I hate it. I don't like that pop-up stuff.
Exactly.
because I'm coming to the door with something in hand. And our camera is already letting me know you're here. And the
Mm-hmm.
driveway alert let me know that you're approach my property line. Thank you, Vision Preparedness. 6 feet stockade fence to get to your door, Sheena.
I
Yeah.
don't blame him.
And if you're trying to climb up 6 feet of stockade fence, you deserve to be smashed. Smashed. I'm
Exactly.
gonna smash you. Right. That's right. There's 3 houses on my block. Anyone else is labeled a suspect. Absolutely. Every last one of y'all. I'll be like, you a suspect, you a suspect, you a suspect. Yeah. Right. Hey, ATM Tim, how you doing? I appreciate you coming. Thank you for subbing. I'm glad I hope you're enjoying my content today. We're talking about situational awareness. Even Jessica Garcia said, that's right. Even if you a bad shot, those extra clips will help. Right. That's
Exactly.
I can't do the I have I have a couple of revolvers, but that's not going to be my self-defense. I use those as collection pieces for my, collect my guns. But
Right.
I want a firearm that has a magazine and it's going to carry 15 or more rounds. That's just how I do it. I'm going to have 2 or 3 more spare magazines along with me when I'm out and about. But like I said, when I travel out of state, I'm taking 2 handguns, a shotgun, and an AR. Me and
my son.
we ain't going out
Exactly.
we ain't going out like that. Yeah.
My son said if they ever asked him how come he shot 15 rounds into somebody, he goes, yeah, ever seen the movie Jason? If they get up, you just shoot them again.
Right. You see, I go straight here. If you're not down, people who are on drugs and alcohol, it may take a whole 15 rounds to get that person down. Sometimes it may not. You'll have seen it though. Police officers have been in that situation as well.
Yeah.
That's when you go for another spot. But they don't want you to do that. But if you have I guess they call it justification, which I will have justification.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Sheena's Key to More Life said, I think it's a woman or scaring the men. They're making a list. Yep, she crazy. And guess what? And I don't care because I'm going to do what I have to do. Because if a man does not like a woman to have a firearm and protect herself, you want me to be a victim and be a victim of you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel.
That's exactly right, though.
Exactly. I'm just not going to be a victim. Not at all. Thank you, Nightbot. Yes, please subscribe, like, and share this content. Jessica Garcia said, y'all bold with those peppers. Yeah, make some pepper spray. Yeah. They take the kids' phones away is the problem, right? They ain't taking my kids' phones. I don't. Mine been taking phones ever since when they turn 7, they have a phone. Call me.
Yeah, definitely. And we've taught Anastasia that we have an extra phone that has our numbers in it. Here you go. If something happens, you know where to do, you know what to do, and all.
Right. And Jessica Garcia said, I tell all, don't come. We are having school hours. Stay away. Oh yeah, you better believe you better call first. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Visual Preparedness said, and a sniper. Yeah, I'm a good sniper. Very good sniper.
So we have our own personal sniper. Believe me.
Yeah. Right.
She was in ROTC.
Who was?
It's my daughter-in-law.
Oh, she was.
In ROTC, yes.
My 15-year-old was. She did it for a year. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole Chafe said, "Hey, are you supposed to open mail? What kind of mail?"
I just saw that.
And I like to open my mail outside quite a bit. Don't bring certain stuff in the house. I'm just weird like that sometimes. But you all, I'm 2 hours and 20 minutes in. I have 20 viewing right now, but my kids just got home from school. I enjoyed you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And thank you for supporting me. But I want to tell you all to practice situational awareness. Know what's going on around your in your surroundings, in your neighborhood, when you go out shopping, to the malls, grocery stores, when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling. Hey, Burnaby Sanchez, how you doing? Thank you for coming. But call ahead before you travel out of town. Know what the the roadways will be like. Check with the hotel. Make sure you're not in when you book a room. Make sure you're not in a bad location at that.
Mm-hmm.
Never just don't go the cheap route when it comes to hotels because you want to be safe. Um, when you go places, monitor the outside of the buildings, sit and watch before you just hop out your vehicle. If you see confrontations, avoid those confrontations. And along with having situation awareness, if you ever have to get to the color code red, that is in the fight, flight, or hide level, have some form of protection to protect yourself, like a firearm. I'm just going to keep saying firearm, firearm, firearm. You
Yeah.
can't get any better than having a firearm as self defense. All the others are good, but you will have a better chance of survival if you have a firearm. And
Exactly.
also, firearms are not always needed in every situation. Always use a firearm as a last resort. So, practicing situational awareness keeps you alert in where you can use your judgment if you are going to stay in a situation that you know is about to occur. Like I said, the white level, you don't want to be in. The yellow level, you want to be in that yellow level of alertness. White, you're not alert. Yellow, you alert. Orange, you see a threat and it's a possibility you have to take action, but that gives you the opportunity to leave that situation. So please practice all four of those level of
Mm-hmm.
not practice, but know those levels of situational awareness. Hey, Nets Vlog, thank you for coming. And Tracy Demery, thank you for coming. Let's see anybody else. And New Jersey Fishing Maniac, thank you for being here as well. Everyone, please type triple threat, all one word in the chat so Nightbot can drop your link, please, so others can connect with you all.
I was laughing at vision preparedness.
Okay, hold on, let me
Why
count.
did I shoot 15 times? Because I couldn't shoot 21.
Okay, Al. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Urban Garden Chronicles. And thank you, Vision Preparedness.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Sheena. Yeah, I was getting ready to wind down everyone that came in, but still tight, triple threat. So your link can be dropped. So anyone that comes back to this live can connect with you all. Devil Dog. Hey, Skinner Farms, how you doing? Hold on. Yes, thank you for coming, Tracy Demery. Thank you, Jessica. She said this was fabulous. Can't wait to the next live. Been catching past videos, loving the content. Catch y'all beautiful ladies next time. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Garcia. Yeah, Devil Dog is still here.
Simplify.
Um,
No. Raw. Yes, Deja. She sits there and she'll get there and roll deep down her gut and she'll go, ooh, ah.
Well, everyone, I'm going to close out for today.
Well, thank you for having me up.
And thank you so much for coming. I know you have a background in situational awareness as well.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. Tracy Demery said you missed the show, but going to hit the bell notification again. Hopefully I'll make the next one. Thank you so much. But yes, everyone, please practice situational awareness at all times, even in your home and out in the public. Hey, GT Junior Grows in Alaska. How you doing? Yep, I was just wrapping up. It says start less than a minute ago. I've seen that on some people's lives. Yeah, I will give you a call, Brutal Bob. Brutal Devil Dog. Brutal Bob said you gave you his number to give to me. I will give you a call. I don't know who is that calling me, but yes. Thank you so much, Brutal Bob. Yes, I'm 2 hours and 27 minutes in. GT Junior Grows. I'm sorry. Yeah. Who is your buddy, Skinner Farms? Come on, your buddy this week. Yeah, take care and God bless and stay safe. You too, Brutal Bob. I appreciate that. But everyone, be looking out for a upcoming live notification that I will put out maybe around Saturday or Sunday. Let you all know what my next live on Tuesday, which will be on Tuesday at 2:00, will be what the subject will be, the topic that we will discuss. But always remember to practice your situational awareness. Don't forget, if you have a firearm, get training, get your ammo, get more training, and get more ammo, because you will need that training. Hey, Big Sons, Lawrence. I appreciate you coming. Thank you so much. I have to catch up on your video, your last 2 videos. I've been so worn out. It has been rough lately. But thank you all for coming.
Yes. You have a good afternoon, Tarsha.
He said, Skinner Farm said, I can't remember his name. He calls me the sniper in the basement. Oh, that's Vision Preparedness. He's in here, Mr. Trent. Yeah.
Click, clack.
Here, I just put him up on the screen. Just to my click clack. Yeah. But hey, Belt Loop. Well, Luke came back in. Yeah. But that completes our live for today, everyone. And thank you all for coming in and showing support. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. If it wasn't for you all, I would not be on YouTube. So it's a good feeling to know that there are people that wants to hear this information.
Exactly.
It's so important to know these have these resources out here. Learn how to protect yourself and your family. That's number one, is you and your family. So everyone,
Always.
have a blessed day and
Right.
a wonderful evening.
Sure.
Thank you all, and see you all next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.
And also, everyone, be that triple threat all day long. Be that triple threat. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye. Oh, I forgot to mention to you all, I will be on a live Tuesday. I'm going to drop that link for you all. I will be on the Roman Prepper channel Thursday. Let me find that so I can drop that link. If anyone is still in here, you can catch that live that I will be on Thursday. If I can find it. Let me try to find that for you all. Hey, Bailey's Guidance Service. Thank you for coming. I was just wrapping up. Yeah, I was just wrapping up. But I need to find this information so I can post it up for you all to go ahead on and click that link so you all can set that notification to tune in to the Roman Prepper on Thursday. I will be on his live, on his panel with Off the Wall Prepper, the Roman Prepper who's hosting it on his channel, and Texas Redleg. So it will be the four of us. I'm going to put this up here. So hit that link, everyone, and it will lead you directly to the Roman Preppers live that is scheduled for Thursday, this Thursday in 2 days, September the 8th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. But he's Central time, so that'll be 5:30 Central, but it'll be 6:30 Eastern time. So everyone click that link, please, for the Roman Prepper. That will be hosted on his channel with Off the Wall Prepper, Texas Redleg, and me, Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. I would love to see you all there on Thursday at 6:30 showing support and gaining a lot of valuable information from these fabulous 4 channels: the Roman Prepper, Off the Wall Prepper, Texas Redleg, and Triple Threat. So you all looking forward to seeing you all in that chat on Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for coming and have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Be that triple threat. Thank you so much, Tracy Demery. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you all. Good night.